Okay, here we go again. I'm just going to add Gwen in here. Okay. Sent. Oh, there we go. Adding Gwen. Adding Gwen. Here she comes. She's going to be here. There you are. Yay.
Finally.
I know. I
Oh
knew
my
I'd
gosh.
get you.
What
It
happened?
just takes a little bit of time. We're figuring things out, aren't we?
Yes. There we go.
Okay, perfect. Oh,
Oh.
hold on. Somehow, one of us is figuring out technology today, and that would be me.
That's
Okay,
okay.
one foot in front of the other. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Got it. Got it. Okay, we did it.
All right.
Woohoo! So today we are just like Inger doing the healing. We're talking with the angels.
Yes.
And first, before we get going, one of us has to figure out how to mount her camera properly. If she can do that, it'd be a miracle. Okay, here we go.
All
So,
right.
so we're just gonna start off with a little introduction for you, and we'll start off with that,
Okay.
and then we'll go into channeling some guidance for everybody in regards to the angels. We'll just tap
Okay.
in with their guardian angels, and we'll just go with the flow.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay.
really good.
All
Everybody,
right.
okay? It looks good.
All right.
Aw. All right. So
Hi,
so tell us,
everybody. Everybody's
yeah.
getting online here.
So tell us a
Uh,
little bit about yourself, like your story, so everybody kind of knows a little bit more of your background and
sure.
leading up to today.
All right. Well, I've always been gravitated to mediumship and channeling and healing. And there were times that I have been in and out of touch with it. But during the last 6 months, my path to channel angels, archangels, loved ones has become quite clear, along with the healing energy coming from my hands. So,
Yeah.
so much so that I took a leap of faith and put notice in at my current job. So that's where I am right now. I'm trusting.
And so with this trust and this faith, I know we were talking about a lot of people making a lot of changes in their lives, like they're
Yeah.
making big changes. I
Yes.
remember I remember channeling Gaia, and Gaia was saying, if you feel like you're in a low vibrational location, get up and move. Like, don't
Yeah.
stay where you are. If you feel that
Yeah.
nudging to move, listen and go for it. Just like if you feel that nudging to, if you can, if you feel like you would like to shift gears in your profession,
Hmm.
um, bare minimum, you can always just ask the angels to help you do that, and then
Yeah.
they'll get busy to work behind the scene of your life to help
Oh,
that
yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And so I know we were talking about a video that you were thinking of doing on this topic, and then posting that
Yep.
for everybody.
Yep.
So
That'll be coming soon. It's all about trust. It wasn't overnight. It took a little while, but it kept building, and I just knew I had to do it and
yeah.
jumped and trust, and it's paying off, truly.
And I remember when we were discussing, like at first you were like, no, there's no way,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
angels, yeah, okay, that's great and all, but
Yeah.
there's always going to be that resistance at first,
There
like
is.
you're like, it's the difference between this versus this
Yes.
and your internal guidance system.
Yes. and that
So,
changes. That will change, and you'll be feeling it in your heart, and you
yeah,
can't deny it. I certainly
yeah.
didn't.
So I can say for myself, when the angels have guided me in the past, and I said, yeah, no, thanks, but no. I'm
Right.
not going to listen. I'm not going to pay attention to what you're
Hmm.
telling me to do. It ended up being like really tight in the chest, and
Yes.
they wouldn't let it go for days.
Yes. That's what they
And not
do.
much.
They're good
Yeah,
at that.
once you ask them for help, they're like, okay, that was your free will wording to ask us for help in this
Yeah.
free will zone on Earth. So ask them for help, whether you
Yeah.
believe or not. That's
And they see the bigger
irregardless.
picture, so
Oh
you
yes.
asked, so that's, you
And
gotta
then they
listen
deliver.
now.
And sometimes we have to get out of our own way, don't
That's
we?
right.
We just
Definitely.
totally. And so I remember like when you and I were talking about it, at first it was no way up here. And
Yeah.
then you started shifting day by
Yeah.
day and the energy at work was different and it just
It
wasn't a
it
vibrational
didn't
match
feel right.
anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I never
Yeah.
thought, because my current position, I love it there, but I never thought I would leave, but it just changed. I can't even
Yeah.
explain it. It just went, the pendulum changed.
So tell us what happened when you said, okay, I'm going to listen. I'm giving my notice. What happened? It was almost, was it not like the universe and the angels
Yes.
and the the powers that the energies that be, um,
Hmm.
conspired and started to,
Yeah.
what did they start doing in your life?
Yeah. Well, I at first I thought I would be sad, but as soon as I did it, it felt like a weight was lifted. And then one day after another, something kept happening to validate that I made the right decision. And I still to this day know I did.
Yeah.
I
And
can't even
and
explain it.
you had like chance meetings with people, like people
Yeah.
that were approaching you. You just happened to meet them at random locations,
Yeah,
and
that were also like-minded and had to do with
yeah,
healing or readings or I mean it just was amazing. The
it's
so-called
amazing.
coincidences.
The angels will line that up. They'll
They
line up
did.
people into your life and new
They
job
did.
prospects, or they'll line up different experiences, or you'll see things are really highlighted to move in a certain direction,
Yes.
or
All
you
of
get a
that.
real strong nudging to go and
Yeah.
talk to that person, or to be a part of that,
Hmm.
group of people. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
tell us, like a few of the people that approached you, they were starting their own, um,
Yes, like a
they were,
retreat or
yeah,
a class or
yeah,
something that had to do with something I'm interested in that was not my job.
yes,
And it just snowballed. Like I've got all these prospects of what to do next, and I know it has to do with mediumship and healing, and if I hadn't done that, I would be stuck and
yeah,
unhappy and not
yeah.
doing what I'm here to do.
And then as you're bucking the current and you're not listening and
Yeah.
you've asked for help, but you keep bucking the current, it
Yeah.
gets like more and more difficult to be where you
Yeah.
are, whether
Yeah.
it's in that job or in that location living where you're living.
Yeah.
And so this is the time to step forward on the path where, it brings you joy and
Mhm.
happiness and whatever feels right.
Yeah.
Go for it. That's what
Yes.
I
Don't be afraid. Just do it. Just do it. It'll
just
pay off
do.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. And I know that with some of the channelings that I've done the last few weeks, the
Hmm.
angels have said that if you feel a nudging, like you've always known that you're going to start a retreat, this
Yeah.
is the time to do it.
Yeah.
And I know that the reasoning why this is the time to start a retreat, to bring everybody together in a spiritual retreat,
Hmm.
is because there is going to be a large amount of people awakening on the planet, and
Yeah.
it's going to be trickling in over the next 6 months.
Yes.
And that is likely why I'm finding people coming to me that are having such a strong nudging,
Mm-hmm.
that they got to get doing something, but they're not quite sure what, because
Yeah.
the urgency of us light workers stepping into our power, our
Yeah.
light, for
Yeah.
our the
Yes.
path that is feels good and that's highlighting that you know you're meant to be on. That's the path to
Yes.
walk.
Yes,
Yeah,
you have to do it. Even in the last 6 months, it's been total changes and huge
it's
changes. It
amazing.
feels good.
Yeah. So in
Yeah.
the last 6 months, you found that your channels, your upper
Yeah.
channels of
Yep.
communication, which are, your ear chakras, your third eye, your
Mhm.
crown, and
Crown.
then you have your pineal gland back
Yeah.
here, access point. And if
Yep.
you feel pressure in any of those areas or energy surging in any of those areas,
Mm-hmm.
that's an indicator that your team is trying to open them up for better communication.
Yes. And the throat
And
too,
also,
especially the
and the
throat.
throat,
Oh
oh
my gosh.
yeah, the throat. I think both you and I, we just started to get
Yeah.
communication through the throat. Words started to form in our
Mm-hmm.
throat and in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you are feeling, a little lightheaded at times, and you're feeling like you've got this pressure,
Yeah.
someone's trying to communicate with you, and I guarantee pretty much it's your team of angels.
Yeah. It's all about learning those signs and the energy and the certain angels or guides will come in and it'll feel the same way every time. So it's like their little signature. Hello.
Yeah. Someone's here to ready to talk to me. That's what
Yeah.
I think about when I get the ringing in my ear.
Hmm.
I don't get ringing, not the ringing that I had any longer because it's progressed. At times I'll get just stillness.
Hmm.
I find that the ringing leads to more communication.
Yeah.
So they are communicating with you when the ringing is happening. Also, they're attempting to just open the channels for more
Hmm.
communication.
Yeah.
Always loving, always light filled,
Oh yeah, always.
always just wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful high vibrational beings of light and love to communicate with. So
Hmm.
tell us a little bit of what's happening with your hands. You have a lot of energy coming out of your hands, and I know that you
Yes,
spoke with Lahona
I
about
did.
this. And
I
what
did.
happened when you did chat
I
with
think
Lahona?
she's on here listening.
I think
Um,
so too.
I was doing one of her videos and I noticed my palms like literally felt pressure and hot and
Wow,
um I talked to her about I've never been able to put my hands together like this, like in prayer
that's amazing.
position. And it
Yeah.
just feels like opposite magnets. I couldn't do it. It was very uncomfortable. So she told me to direct them to Mother Earth and send the energy to Mother Earth. And I did. And then she said, okay, try it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can do it. So,
That's amazing.
hey,
So it's
Lahona,
like
thank you for that.
all these wonderful gifts that we all have are
Yeah.
being like just accentuated. I won't say activated because I think that they've always been there. It's
They've
just a
been there.
matter of
You're
developed.
noticing. Mm-hmm.
Um, or
Yeah.
and a lot of people have different gifts.
Yeah.
Some have energy coming from their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Some have energy, like, oh, when we just did that angel healing with Inger, wow, I just
Yeah.
felt like waves of energy washing over me and healing me, and it was so
Mm-hmm.
nurturing and it was so wonderful.
Isn't
Oh
it?
my goodness. I just loved every second of that. It was so
Mm-hmm.
soothing and so wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
for those, I guess, what would you say to those that say, I don't know if I believe in the angels. I'm not quite sure if I believe in this. This seems a bit hokey pokey to me. What would you say to those people?
I would say just the fact that they're talking about it means they believe a little bit. So hang in there and just ask them for signs that they're around and feathers or whatever. I mean, they're good at
Signs.
that.
Oh, they're really good at that. And
Yeah.
and I find, don't you find like once you start talking to them, once you start that open dialogue, boy, they
Yeah.
find a way to get
Oh,
through.
they do. They do. And everybody's on their own little path of believing or learning and that's okay if they don't believe, but they're wondering about it, then it's there.
And you can feel them, you can feel their energy around you. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll get like a gentle touch on my face or in my
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
um, what are some of the signs that you can tell when the angels are around?
Oh, their energy. I can feel their energy. You'll be doing something and it just hits you. Um,
Yeah,
just the
lightheadedness maybe all of a
noticing.
sudden. Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Or they'll send you feathers, they'll send you coins, they
Oh,
will.
yeah.
And
Or
usually
birds.
in three birds, number
Hmm.
sequences. If
Yeah.
anybody has number sequences that show up in their lives, like 444 or 333 or
Hmm.
1111,
Hmm.
the way
All
that
the
you can
time.
find out what your angels are saying to you is you can go to Google
Hmm.
and you type in the number sequence. Say it's 333. You go
Right.
333
Right.
angel numbers.
Hmm.
And the reasoning as to why you're seeing that number sequence will pop up, and
Yeah.
you'll get the explanation as to
Yeah.
what your angels are trying to tell you.
Yes. And it's
So I
simple. People
it's
tend to make it
simple.
harder than it is, and it's really not.
Oh, it's so
Really
true.
not.
We overcomplicate things sometimes, and it's
We do.
almost like we need to just sit back, relax, and
Yes.
enjoy the moment and just enjoy the signs
Be
and
in the
the
now.
interaction with them.
Hmm.
So I've got an energy that's just stepped forward behind me.
Okay.
This energy, I've got an idea who this energy is, but I'm going to just listen in. Okay. It is source, it's God, it's light and love, it's the creator, universal oneness. Um, God is saying light and love for now. You can call me light and love for now because that's really what
That's
we're
his
talking
name
about.
today.
So, so well, we have to have a name for everything, right? Like I'm
Oh, of course.
Kristen and this is light and love.
It's easier. Just makes it easier.
Just makes it easier knowing who we're talking to. So I'm just gonna channel through this message
Okay.
from God for each of us.
Okay.
So I'm just ready. Okay. So just before we get going on channeling guidance from each person's guardian angels,
Hmm.
God is going to relay this message.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, dear one. It is an honor and a pleasure to be able to communicate through you during this time. Look at this one. Look at this one stepping forward into her purpose, stepping forward into her light, stepping forward upon her life's path, her life's purpose. I am so proud, so proud.
Oh, thank you.
She heard the call. She received guidance. And at first she was resistant, but she decided. She made the choice. Just like I am asking each of you to make the choice, to please step forward onto your life's path, your life's purpose. Step into the light. Step into the light. This is a great time upon the earth plane, one in which many will begin awakening. And many of you are needed. Many of you are needed. My light workers, my beings of light and love, my children, please step forward on your path. Step forward into the light and show others the way. Show others the way. Shine brightly for all to see. Fear not, fret not, fret not. For I will be there to help you, to guide you, to support you, to help you in all areas. This is not the time to sit back on your laurels. This is the time to step forward upon your path. I am very pleased that you will be, Gwen, stepping forward upon your path and into the light. You are now a way shower for all to see, and I look forward to viewing your first video upon the topic of trust and faith, for this is greatly needed at this time. This is greatly needed at this time.
Mhm.
I send you my love. I send you blessings. Each of you who is watching this broadcast, whether in the moment, now, or at any given time, will be receiving an anchoring, an intake of my light and love within you. A burst of my love within you. An energy surge within you. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be able to speak with each of you upon this fine day. Amen.
Wow,
Wow.
that was amazing. Thank
It
you.
was. It was. Thank you, God. Ah, I'm amazed, and I'm the one who's channeling it too. I'm like, wow. So
Beautiful.
I think what we'll do is I'll get my pen and paper ready. For those of you who are used to asking your question each week, I'm asking you to maybe just hang back a bit and allow those to step forward who aren't on these broadcasts as often. Please allow them to step forward and ask one specific question. What I'm asking of you is to type "me, please," and then we will put you in a lineup, I guess you could call it. And we're aiming for 10 people to have one specific question that you feel is coming to the surface that you would really like to have answered. And for those of you who are maybe new to the group or new to these live chats, those are the ones I would please like to step forward and ask your question, please. Or I should say me, please, and then we will um, uh, get to your question in a moment. Me and Gwen will go ahead and we are going to go with me and then back to Gwen, back to me, back to Gwen in channeling the guidance from your divine team of angels. And then we will go ahead and uh, go one person after another. Okay, so I've got the first person is Jen. If you would like to go ahead and type your question. Okay, so Wendy, whatever comes up, I'm putting you in the lineup. And Carrie, okay, and Michelle. Well, okay, and so we're just going to take 3 more people. That's Pam. Okay, perfect. Oh, that would be great. I've got it on a piece of paper, Inger. I think we'll be okay. So Jen, if you would go ahead and type your first question, whatever comes to the surface that you feel like you'd really like to have answered, we are going to channel your angels to go ahead. So would you like to take that one there?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what should I be doing for my book now?
Okay.
So you're writing a book and you
Right.
want to know what you should be doing in regards to your book.
I'm
So,
feeling like you're just finishing it and you just have to like proofread and do little touch-ups just to put the finishing touches on. And then you have a publishing company or maybe you're looking for a different one, but I feel like that's kind of up in the air, but once you figure that out, it should be heading to publishing really, really soon.
yeah, that's perfect.
Does that make sense to
Okay.
you, Jen?
And do you feel like this book is divinely inspired or divinely guided? I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
wondering if that's
Oh yeah.
true.
I do.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
me
it's
too.
published. Okay.
Oh, just this week.
Good.
Well, goodness, I'd say that's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Congratulations,
Very
Jen.
nice. The other info I'm getting on that is don't worry about how many people are going to be accessing or getting your book, because the angels are going to be guiding you in the moment. And also, they will guide this book in front of people to get their attention to read this
Hmm.
book.
Hmm.
It is divinely guided, like you had said.
Yeah.
So the next person is Mario. Okay, go ahead, Mario, with your question. Also, we have room for one more question from someone that is new in the group. If you have, I'm taking one more person. If you have a question, please go ahead and type me, please, and then we put you in the lineup. There's room for one more person. So we're just waiting for Mario to type your question. And yeah, type the name of your book, and so everybody will know it. That's a great, fantastic, Carol. Thank you. So I'm just waiting for Mario. What is the biggest blocks and how can I overcome them? I'm hearing, actually, I'm hearing your angels and God. It's all in your mind. So what I'm getting here is, it's a matter of making the choice in every single moment to release and give away any low vibrational thinking, worries, and fears. Hand them over to your divine team. Everything else is okay, they're saying. I think you think you're more blocked than you really are, but that's not the case. It's all in your mind. So hand off all fears and worries on a regular basis every single day to your team of angels and to God or your angels. You know, in the beginning, I was like, I'm not interested, I'm not religious and I'm not interested in that. But I sure believed in angels when my angel opened up and crossed through my body. And I was like, okay, I couldn't deny that then. I couldn't deny
No.
that. Then I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to my angels all the time. It sounds good.
Uh-huh.
So Jackie, you are the next person. If you could please type your question, and then Gwen is going to go ahead and channel the guidance from your angels. And so we have 10 people on the list now. So we're just going to go ahead and keep it there. Um, you're welcome. All I'm getting is in here with these thoughts. We always have these like these old thoughts that we keep doing.
Yep.
And like, how are they serving us? Not too good. And as we move along, we just want to hand them off, because what my angels did was come to me and say, could you just hand off all your low vibrational thinking? And I was like, okay. And I started doing that 25 times a day for 2 weeks. Okay. So Jackie's just saying, do you have any message from her team of angels? Any message at all?
Um, I feel a happiness, like they are proud of you for what
I
you're
do too.
doing right now and the work that you've been doing,
Yeah.
and to keep going with that. Um,
Are they showing what path, or like, are they showing anything highlighted as to?
I'm hearing like 6 months there will be a more
Yeah,
of an opening for her.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but like your abilities will become stronger. Yeah, I
yeah.
keep hearing 6 months.
It's almost like
Probably.
layers of an onion that kind of
Yeah.
have to be, and then you'll be,
Hmm.
oh, 6 months. Then
Yep,
it'll
just be
be
patient.
just more open and more light and ready and flowing,
Yes.
anchoring more light.
Yes.
Okay, Kevin, you're up. What is your question? You're next. And after Kevin is Wendy. So if you could just right after Kevin, we will ask Wendy if you could ask your question. Um, I find as we move along and we anchor more and more light within our bodies, that is what is taking place on the earth at this time, and that is why so many have ascension symptoms.
Hmm.
And so it's really important to ground yourselves. Go out in
Very,
nature and ground yourselves, like at least 30
very.
minutes a day. And after
Hmm.
today's session or live chat, I know that Gerald Ann has Rising Up with Gerald Ann,
Hmm.
and she'll be interviewing me. It is a Zoom link that you have to have a Zoom app on your phone, and then you just tap in
Hmm.
and you go ahead and you can watch us live. It'll be
Yep.
Gerald Ann and Terry Angel and myself, and they'll be discussing ascension symptoms, and I will
Nice.
be interviewed on that. So that is
So
on the group
important.
call. It's so important.
It is
Oh my
so
God.
important.
And how to get relief, because many people
Yes.
have, so many
People don't
ascension
even
symptoms.
know what's happening.
They don't even know what's happening. No, they don't have it. Okay.
Nope,
Okay, here we go. So Kevin's question is, thank you. When will I be stepping away from my day job and stepping more into my light working duties more full time? I have Jesus here. He's showing me right around the corner, right around the corner. He wants me to talk about myself. Okay. Okay. So with myself, I have a cleaning company that I've been doing for, I don't know, 10 or 12 years now. And so as I've been building my light working business, I've been able to cut back on my hours of my cleaning business. And so now I'm working a third of what I used to do. And Jesus is saying that with you, Kevin, it's like you're going to step into this uh, bit by bit over this next month, and then he's saying it's going to just like take off. It's going to be like you're going to be hitting the ground running, and as soon as you anchor more light, you're going to be over the tipping point, and then you're going to anchor more light into your light body, and then you will be ready. You will be ready to channel him directly, and your team of angels and the archangels and your grandparents, and everybody's going to work in conjunction as a huge team, helping you and guiding you in the moment. And it's a matter of channeling and having that connection with them so they can guide you in the moment. And then as soon as that happens in 1 month's time, the channeling coming in, you will hit the ground running. The more that you, oh yeah, he's saying you will take it on. He says you're a lot like me in that I go rigs. Because they've asked me to step forward, right? But I kind of do more than even what they're asking of me because I love it. Because I'm passionate about it, and I just feel like this is my path, and
Hmm.
this is the same for you. So the more that you take on, the more they will give you and the more you will take off. And so Jesus is telling me right now that in 1 month's time, as you take off and take flight, so you're now no longer walking, you're going to be flying, that Jesus will be guiding you in the moment because you will be hearing him, and he will be asking you to begin reducing your workload bit by bit over time, similar or like myself. And then he's showing me he's showing me 6 months down the road from this day, 6 months down, you will no longer be doing your day job.
Wow.
Yes, I eat it, sleep it, I love it.
Hmm.
Equally important to light working and stepping forward on this path is he's saying, making sure that you have enough rest, enough sleep, that you're grounding, and meditation. That is his goal with you, is to help you to ground and to meditate and to decompress and to be in a calm. I'm getting ringing in my ear. And then it just dissipated. Okay. He says his goal is to defragment your mind, and that is what meditation will do for you. So
Wow.
thinking, doing. thinking, doing, and then what we're doing is we are defragmenting and relaxing and meditating and
Yeah,
grounding
so
and
important.
coming back. Oh, it's so important. And he says that that is right around the corner for you. He says, thank you, my dear one.
Oh,
His last words to you, Kevin, are, son, I am so very proud of you.
oh,
I am so very proud of you. You will walk hand in
wow.
hand on this journey forevermore, forevermore. Amen.
Wow,
Not gonna cry
that was amazing.
because the love that he just pulled through me for you
Yeah.
is that I feel like crying.
Oh, that's what he
Okay,
does. That's what he
that's what
does
he
to all
said.
of us. Oh, wow,
So
Kevin.
when, yeah, wow. So Wendy, you're up next. You're so welcome. That was
We
a
need to
lot coming through there.
recover from that one.
I know. I'm gonna hang back and relax after that one. And Wendy, if you have your question, Gwen will go ahead and channel the answer.
What is it that they would like me to know or work on?
Okay.
Okay. I'm feeling like they would like you to also calm your mind and be in the now and meditate more and ground more. Um, I feel a lot of busyness around you, Wendy, and you need to like hone it in a little bit and find a way to have time for yourself a little and just be able to clear your mind and then it'll help you open some more.
We totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm,
You
yeah,
know,
I can feel it. I can feel
I
her energy and it's
yeah.
yeah.
They're saying, you know that saying, slow your roll?
Yes,
Slow your roll.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, too
Okay.
many things at once. So like
Yeah.
cut some things out maybe and slow down.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
something to be said about doing less.
Yes.
Because when you do less, you can come in and be in a vibrational alignment within your higher self,
Mhm.
and you can tap into your internal guidance system so easily. Um, so with me, I've just practiced on quieting my mind. You know, when you daydream in school,
Yeah.
and with this quiet mind, then I'm able to tune in to the energy around me that would like to converse through me.
Wendy, do you have
Always,
children around you? I
yeah,
feel like you have children, or if you don't, then you work with children.
yeah,
Maybe that's what I'm
yeah,
feeling the busyness from.
yeah.
Um, yeah. It's all
I
good
do too.
though. It's all good.
Yeah,
Children are
it's
busy
so
as it is.
and it's so important to step away and have your own time. Like whether it's like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go get my hair done, or I'm gonna go to this appointment, or I'm gonna just go to
Yes.
the park by
Without guilt.
myself
No guilt.
without help. That is equally as important
So
as being
important.
busy. Yeah,
Yeah.
so important.
Yes.
So we've got Carrie. If you could go ahead and type your question. I am ready.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I'm still getting the children too. Yeah. How can I be of service? I have been handing off all negative, so many dreams and memories surfacing like shedding, studying about light language. Ooh, isn't that
Mm.
great? Carrie. If anybody doesn't know, Carrie, she had seen a few of my videos on YouTube, and then she found me, and then she decided to contact me about coming forward and being a part of this. And
Mm.
yay, Carrie, following your internal
Yay.
guidance system.
Another
Uh,
one.
yeah, Carrie. Yep, it is. It's like the layers are coming off, and everything that is no longer serving you is coming to the surface, so God can transmute that which is no longer needed. And that stage is going to go for 6 months or less. It depends on you. You see, when that which is no longer needed, which is old thought forms, old belief systems, old way of doing things that are low vibrational, and they get transmuted and shifted within you, then there's more room in you, in your light body, to house more light. So God is like waiting and watching to see if God can house more light within you. So 6 months, but very well could be less, could be like 3 to 4 months. And don't worry or fret about whether you're doing things the right way, or that you are getting the right information. God wants you to continue following your internal guidance system, which is guiding you on what material to watch and what people to listen to, and what action steps to take. You're on the right path, and that is what matters most. Always remember this. You are now on the right path. You're always on the right path. But if you are seeking a path where you're saying, I want my life's purpose, I feel gravitated to help others, I want to walk this path as being a light worker, you're on the right path. Okay, so Michelle, you are next. Woohoo, Carrie. I'm so excited for you, Carrie.
Nice, Carrie.
Very
Feels
nice.
good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it feels really good.
Yeah.
Feels really good. And Carrie, I love your posts on your Facebook page. I'm watching you. I love it. Okay, so
Michelle.
Michelle, you are next
Okay.
with your question. And then we have three more after Michelle. And then I'm going to
Mm,
hop off because
'cause you're on to the next one.
I'm on to Rising Up with Gerald Ann. And we're going to talk
Yay.
about ascension symptoms, which are
Oh,
so important right now because a lot
really
of
is.
people are going through what I call the ringer.
Oh, yeah.
The
So
ringer is
sweet.
when you, oh boy, I've got waves of nausea today, and I've got heart palpitations and this and that. And so grounding is so important.
Oh, my
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Yes, it
Oh
is.
my gosh. So important. I have no qualms in going out and hugging a tree for 5 minutes, and I
Me
don't care
either.
who sees me because
Me either.
the
Yeah.
relief. Oh
So
yeah,
good. There's so many
let
ways
the
to
tree
ground.
help you.
Mhm.
Yeah, the trees are
Oh,
beckoning you
Michelle.
out. Okay, so Michelle, go ahead. Any
Mhm.
message for me? I do feel like I'm on the right path. Oh wait, that's not the right Michelle. Sorry, that's not the right Michelle. But hey, we'll take we'll take this Michelle for right now, and then we'll come to the next Michelle when she's on. Okay? So so this Michelle, we have
Oh,
two Michelle. My apologies. Okay, so any messages for this Michelle because she is on the list. She was the last person, and so the other Michelle, when she's ready, can come on.
okay.
Any messages for this Michelle?
Oh, there's the other one.
Okay, that's okay. I'll take that. I'll take the next Michelle. Two
Okay.
Michelles.
All right. So
Popular name.
I do, yeah, you said you do feel like you're on the right path. I feel that you are right.
Yeah.
Everything feels in alignment with you, Michelle. Do you work with your chakras? I'm feeling
Mm.
like you either teach or you work with your chakras. They're showing me all the colors lined up, and you feel pretty good. You feel pretty aligned to me. Um, they want you to ground also a little bit more. I'm seeing nature, to get out in nature if you can, even if it's cold out. Just go outside. I'm seeing trees and grass, and they're showing me that they would like you to go out in nature more.
I know the trees have said to me even just 2 to 3 minutes. Just 2 to 3 minutes. That's all we need. Up
Yeah,
against the tree. We're standing next to a tree. I'm up against the tree.
yeah. Well, even
I'm
with
like,
the
time.
intention to ground is
Yeah,
huge. So you'll find
huge.
a way if you intend to do it. There's lots
Or
of ways to
even
ground.
Or
many.
lying on the ground floor of your house. If
Yeah,
you're on the ground floor and then you're saying, Earth, please ground me, and you're
yes,
eating rooted vegetables, that
yeah,
really helps to ground as
yes. And
well.
there's tools that are good for grounding and um, lots of things. So,
So this
yeah.
Michelle, I'm going to
Mhm.
receive guidance for you. Her question is, am I close to channeling my guardian angel, Uriel? It is all I can think about. Okay, Michelle, your angels are saying they want you to relax. Just relax. Release any ideas or thoughts of how this is going to happen. Be in the flow. Allow anything and everything to occur. When you're like the expectation and you're hanging on and you're like oh, then that is buffering the flow, not stopping the flow, just buffering it. So please relax and go with the flow and leave it up to us as to how we will communicate with you, for there is divine timing at play here. Divine timing as to when it is the right moment to have direct communication with us. It's very soon. And you are picking up that it is coming very close and very near. But they want you to just relax. Like you have all the time in the world to communicate with them. And you're just going to go with the flow and relax. Ooh. So the next
Mhm.
person, if you could please ask your question, is Pam.
Hi, Amy.
Amy's here.
Coming in.
Woohoo! So Pam, if you have your
Yeah.
question,
Hmm.
and then the last person is Josephine. So let's have either Pam or Josephine go ahead and ask your question, and then we will be off to the races with Gerald Ann in Rise Up with Gerald Ann next. So if you feel like you really need help with your ascension symptoms, you just really need help with, uh, one way or another. I know I do. This past week was a good 5 days of ascension
Yes.
symptoms. And if, I remember I just couldn't make it into work on Tuesday because the nausea was so intense I could barely function.
Hmm.
And the lightheadedness too. I had to sit down
Yeah.
and like the things like
No
holy
sleep for
moly.
me. It was anxiety
Yeah,
all
no,
night, and then a couple of mornings I woke up and I was blissed out of my mind all day long, and
yeah,
then it turned to
yeah.
anxious nights
And
again.
then
And
nighttime comes and you're wide
at
awake.
least we know what it is and can deal with it.
So yeah, some of the ascension symptoms are, nausea and yeah, feverish and aching in your joints and anxiety and even depression. And so
Headache.
just know that if this is coming out of the blue and you're like, what? That this is what's happening. Okay, so Pam, the visions I see, are they present, future, past? Well, in truth, everything is
I
unfolding
was
at
just
once.
gonna say that.
And angels are saying that. So it's true.
Yeah,
It's hard to get our minds wrapped around linear time being all in this moment. All of our
yeah,
lifetimes are unfolding in the now, in this
yeah.
moment, right now. And so the visions. Your angels are like, what's important is that you're having the visions, not you're picking up on them. They're just so excited about this. It's like a celebration. I'm seeing confetti like spewing into the air. There's a little party happening over there. Oh, little punch party over there. All right,
A punch party. Thank you, Lahona.
punch confetti. Okay. They're just saying it's time for you to step forward in this path, on this path, in this direction, on your light working path. This is it. This is time. It's go time, they're saying. It's go time. They're saying, oh man, they're coming through like boom, 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 like this. They're like, boom, boom. And they're saying, whatever you do, step forward on this path. If you feel guided to take channeling classes with Rebecca or with Randy in the group, do
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and those channeling classes are, they're telling me this. These channeling classes are $22 each. and you'll have a copy of it, recorded copy. And it is just imperative that you start taking action steps. You're feeling that too. Oh, yeah. Like this feeling, this
Mm-hmm.
nudging, and it's go time. Okay. Okay, and the last question from Josephine for you, Gwen, is if I could get some guidance about Ricard. I am so frustrated that I can only just barely see what's going on, or should I just let him go?
Hmm. I feel like you already know the answer to that, Josephine.
Yeah,
You can hang in there a little bit if you need to know what's going on, but um, I'm guided to say let him go. I'm
yeah,
sorry, but
yeah.
it's up to
And
you if you want to
and the
hang
other
in
thing,
there. But
yeah, everybody comes together to serve a purpose, and you
yeah,
learn from that person or that being of light and love, and
yes,
then you
it's an
you have your
experience.
time spent with each other, and you learn the lessons that you're meant to learn with
Yeah,
each other.
it's all good.
It's all good.
Hmm.
It's all good. You know what your angels are telling me, Josephine? When we cross over the veil and we go into the spirit world back home, we want to call it heaven, or we want to cross over, whatever you want to call it, when we're out of this body and heading home. Um, when we are doing that and we are with our partners in the spirit world, it's just so easy, more easy and more with the flow. And you come together, and then you are on your way, and you learn and you grow from each other. And it's just they want you to see it like this, in the same way as it would be in
Hmm.
the spirit world, which is just going with the flow and knowing that sometimes you've learned all that you're meant to learn, and grow with that person or that being
Hmm.
of light and love, and then it's time to part ways.
Yeah.
And so there's two paths ahead. You can buck the current and keep being frustrated, or you can go with the flow and be in a place of allowing.
Yeah.
And your divine team is asking you, please please ask us and allow us to help you be in a place of allowing.
Hmm.
And they're saying, Amen. Well, that was a wonderful, wonderful,
Wow.
wonderful session. I loved it.
Thank you. I loved it too. Thank you, everybody, for
Yeah,
supporting me.
that was wonderful. Yay, Gwen!
Yay.
Woohoo!
Woo.
And I look forward to seeing your first video coming very soon, Gwen, on trust and
Okay.
faith and stepping off on your path, your path that you're meant to be on your light
Yeah,
working path.
it's coming.
I'm so excited. It's
Me
coming.
too. Thank
Woohoo!
you.
Okay, everyone.
All right.
Have a
Thanks,
beautiful, blessed
everybody.
day.
Bye.
Bye.